Hey everyone, welcome back to Philomath Academy. My name is Philomath. I'm a lifelong learner and book reader who loves practicing what I learn in real life. Today, we'll discuss Chapter 1 of Atomic Habits by James Clear. A chapter that teaches us how small daily habits create massive long-term change. In this session, we'll understand 3 main ideas. 1. Why small habits matter more than big goals. 2. How habits compound like interest. 3. And why tiny actions can completely transform your identity. So, let's begin our lecture. The power of small habits. It is so easy to overestimate the importance of one defining moment and underestimate the value of making small improvements on a daily basis. Too often, we convince ourselves that massive success requires massive action. Whether it is losing weight, building a business, writing a book, winning a championship, or achieving any other goal, we put pressure on ourselves to make some earth-shattering improvement that everyone will talk about. Meanwhile, improving by 1% isn't particularly notable, sometimes it isn't even noticeable, but it can be far more meaningful, especially in the long run. The difference a tiny improvement can make over time is astounding. Here's how the math works out. If you can get 1% better each day for 1 year, you'll end up 37 times better by the time you're done. Conversely, if you get 1% worse each day for 1 year, you'll decline nearly down to 0. What starts as a small win or a minor setback accumulates into something much more. James Clear tells us that small habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Just as money multiplies through compound interest, your habits grow stronger the more you repeat them. The key message is, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. That means, focus not on huge goals, but on small, repeatable daily actions. The 1% rule. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. The same way that money multiplies through compound interest, the effects of your habits multiply as you repeat them. They seem to make little difference on any given day, and yet the impact they deliver over the months and years can be enormous. It is only when looking back 2, 5, or perhaps 10 years later that the value of good habits and the cost of bad ones becomes strikingly apparent. This can be a difficult concept to appreciate in daily life. We often dismiss small changes because they don't seem to matter very much in the moment. If you save a little money now, you're still not a millionaire. If you go to the gym 3 days in a row, you're still out of shape. If you study Mandarin for an hour tonight, you still haven't learned the language. We make a few changes, but the results never seem to come quickly, and so we slide back into our previous routines. Unfortunately, the slow pace of transformation also makes it easy to let a bad habit slide. If you eat an unhealthy meal today, the scale doesn't move much. If you work late tonight and ignore your family, they will forgive you. If you procrastinate and put your project off until tomorrow, there will usually be time to finish it later. A single decision is easy to dismiss. But when we repeat 1% errors, day after day, by replicating poor decisions, duplicating tiny mistakes, and rationalizing little excuses, our small choices compound into toxic results. It's the accumulation of many missteps, a 1% decline here and there, that eventually leads to a problem. The impact created by a change in your habits is similar to the effect of shifting the route of an airplane by just a few degrees. Imagine you are flying from Los Angeles to New York City. If a pilot leaving from LAX adjusts the heading just 3.5 degrees south, you will land in Washington, D.C., instead of New York. Such a small change is barely noticeable at takeoff. The nose of the airplane moves just a few feet, but when magnified across the entire United States, you end up hundreds of miles apart. Similarly, a slight change in your daily habits can guide your life to a very different destination. Making a choice that is 1% better or 1% worse seems insignificant in the moment, but over the span of moments that make up a lifetime, these choices determine the difference between who you are and who you could be. Success is the product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations. That said, it doesn't matter how successful or unsuccessful you are right now. What matters is whether your habits are putting you on the path towards success. You should be far more concerned with your current trajectory than with your current results. If you're a millionaire but you spend more than you earn each month, then you're on a bad trajectory. If your spending habits don't change, it's not going to end well. Conversely, if you're broke, but you save a little bit every month, then you're on the path toward financial freedom even if you're moving slower than you'd like. Your outcomes are a lagging measure of your habits. Your net worth is a lagging measure of your financial habits. Your weight is a lagging measure of your eating habits. Your knowledge is a lagging measure of your learning habits. Your clutter is a lagging measure of your cleaning habits. You get what you repeat. Clear explains that if you improve by just 1% each day, you'll be 37 times better after 1 year. But if you decline by 1% each day, you'll almost reach zero. That's the mathematics of progress. Small improvements compound powerfully over time. Time magnifies success or failure. Time magnifies the margin between success and failure. It will multiply whatever you feed it. Good habits make time your ally. Bad habits make time your enemy. Habits are a double-edged sword. Bad habits can cut you down just as easily as good habits can build you up, which is why understanding the details is crucial. You need to know how habits work and how to design them to your liking, so you can avoid the dangerous half of the blade. Your habits can compound for you or against you. Positive compounding. Productivity compounds. Accomplishing one extra task is a small feat on any given day, but it counts for a lot over an entire career. The effect of automating an old task or mastering a new skill can be even greater. The more tasks you can handle without thinking, the more your brain is free to focus on other areas. Knowledge compounds. Learning one new idea won't make you a genius, but a commitment to lifelong learning can be transformative. Furthermore, each book you read not only teaches you something new but also opens up different ways of thinking about old ideas. As Warren Buffett says, that's how knowledge works. It builds up, like compound interest. Relationships compound. People reflect your behavior back to you. The more you help others, the more others want to help you. Being a little bit nicer in each interaction can result in a network of broad and strong connections over time. Negative compounding. Stress compounds. The frustration of a traffic jam. The weight of parenting responsibilities. The worry of making ends meet. The strain of slightly high blood pressure. By themselves, these common causes of stress are manageable. But when they persist for years, little stresses compound into serious health issues. Negative thoughts compound. The more you think of yourself as worthless, stupid, or ugly, the more you condition yourself to interpret life that way. You get trapped in a thought loop. The same is true for how you think about others. Once you fall into the habit of seeing people as angry, unjust, or selfish, you see those kind of people everywhere. Outrage compounds. Riots, protests, and mass movements are rarely the result of a single event. Instead, a long series of microaggressions and daily aggravations slowly multiply until one event tips the scales and outrage spreads like wildfire. Time is like a mirror, it reveals the results of your habits. Good habits make time your ally, bad habits make time your enemy. Success is simply a reflection of the systems you build daily. My story with the chapter. When I started working on myself, I wanted big results fast. I wanted to change my life in 1 week. But I failed because I tried to build massive habits overnight. Then I understood this chapter's truth: start tiny. I began reading 2 pages a night. That's it. 2 pages led to 10, and 10 led to a chapter. Now, years later, reading is part of my identity. Now, learners, let's make this lesson practical. Activity 1, write this in your notebook. One small habit I will start today. Choose something that takes less than 2 minutes. Read 1 page of a book. Write 1 line in your journal. Drink 1 glass of water. Stretch for 1 minute. Remember, the goal isn't to change your life overnight, it's to start momentum. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. 1 year from now, you've practiced your tiny habit every day. You've improved little by little, quietly, consistently. How much better could you become? That's the beauty of atomic habits: small changes, massive results. Learners, that's your mission for this week: practice one small habit and track it every day. Comment your first habit below and share your progress. And don't forget to subscribe to Philomath Academy to continue learning the next chapters of Atomic Habits. See you in Chapter 2, where we explore how habits shape your identity.